More and more Americans are exploring therapy options, but it can be difficult to find the right therapist for you. Joining us now to discuss how to find the right person is Colleen Marshall, Vice President of Clinical Care at Two Chairs. Thanks so much for joining us. Now, research from the American Psychological Association says about a fifth of patients actually quit therapy prematurely. And it's for a number of reasons, but having a strong relationship with your health expert plays a fundamental role in success, but it's really hard to build that relationship. What makes it easier, which in turn would make therapy effective?
Yeah, so you're absolutely right. The therapy relationship is the most important part of therapy. So getting that relationship right from the very beginning is critical. One of the things we do here at Two Chairs is we make sure that we match clients to the therapist from the very beginning because it's a very personal thing that you're looking for. So we match on 300 different factors to make sure that our clients are getting matched to the right therapist. So it's important as clients are looking for care that they start by first making sure the therapist is right. Like you said, 1 out of 5 people quit therapy. And what they say is they quit therapy because they didn't trust their therapist, which means they didn't get the right therapist and the right relationship established from the beginning.
Well, go ahead and tell us a little bit about that matchmaker feature that really connects someone with a therapist that best fits their needs. What do you evaluate specifically to find the best person for you?
Yeah, so everyone has different preferences about what they're looking for in a therapist. So at Two Chairs, what we do is we talk to the clients in our very first session with the client. It's a matchmaking session. We're really assessing what they're looking for in treatment, but we're also listening for what their preferences are. So whether they have demographic preferences or age or gender preferences or stylistic preferences, you want a therapist who's more expressive or less expressive, therapist who does homework or doesn't do homework, things like that. So there's over about 300 different things that we're going to match someone on to make sure that they're getting matched to the right therapist who will be that type of person that they're looking for.
And for someone who already has some level of experience with therapy, sometimes insurance companies, they make those referrals for therapists, but this differs from those conversations with your insurance company, for example. They do have a template, they do ask a couple of questions, but this seems to be more involved.
Yeah, it definitely is. So we at Two Chairs also get referrals from insurance companies, but then we take it on ourselves to make sure that once the client gets to us, that we're making sure we're getting them to the right therapist, which means we have to have a very diverse panel of therapists that we can match people to, and we are able to do that because it's on our end as the treatment provider to make sure you get to the right therapist. But the insurance often is the one that is going to be paying for treatment.
Right. Really quickly, how did you all develop this?
Yeah, we really started over time with our clients and really thinking about all the factors that the research says that are important to therapeutic alliance or therapeutic relationship is another way to say that. So we really looked at all the research, what matters in treatment, and then we had our therapist also sharing their different styles and preferences and care, and then matching clients to that. So it took about 5-ish years for us to iterate on this model and to really come up with the algorithm and the matching process that we have. And we know we're getting it right. We know that 98% of the time we're able to match clients at the very first time, and only 2% of the time do we have to do a rematch.
Hmm.
And we also know that clients are staying in care, which is really important to getting positive treatment outcomes as well. We know about 90% of Two Chairs clients stay in therapy up to their fourth therapy session. And if you look at the national standard, that's about 33%. So we're about six
Wow.
times better than the national standard.
Wow. That is impressive. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We really appreciate it. We'll be back with more after the break. Stick around.